Darius, your first question here, I think, comes from Greg Hunter. Go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, so Darius, obviously it was a wild off season. How in shape were you when camp started? You know, what's your feeling now that you're actually back in and playing football?
Yeah, there has been a lot of stuff that's going on this year, but I came in, I came in shape. You can't really get in football shape unless you just keep playing football. But overall, I did all my training whenever we were quarantining. I handled all my stuff properly, so I came back ready to go. And I just came back ready, and I feel really good.
Next question from Kevin Kinder. Go ahead, Kevin.
Darius, how much do you follow what's going on in the college football world? Like who's playing, who's not? Once you learned that West Virginia was going to be playing, do you still follow that, or is there enough in camp, school now that really that's your focus?
I'm really focused on what we have going on in this building. I know that a lot of some of the conferences are canceling their season due to COVID, but the Big 12 is still rolling. So I'm just locked in on what we got going on here at West Virginia and in the Big 12. I haven't really been focusing on any other school because I can't, it doesn't apply to me necessarily. So I just feel like I've just been focused on West Virginia football and what's been going on in the Big 12. So that's basically it.
Next question from Cody Nesper. Go ahead, Cody.
Hey, Darius, I was just wondering, how has year two with Neil Brown and the staff been different from year one?
A lot more mental. Last year, new schemes, new everything. You kind of really can't get into the mental part as much as the playing. But as this year's going on, the coach really harp on the mental part of it because once you know what to do the first year, applying your mental skills to it makes you just a better football player in general. So really it's just been harping on the small things that make big plays, so much like getting off blocks, your hand placement, what gap you're supposed to be in. So they're really just harping on the mental part of the game.
Next question here from Derek Red. Go ahead, Derek.
Hi, Darius. You're a highly touted, highly decorated guy. How have you shouldered the honors and the accolades you've gotten from last year and going into this year while wanting to be the best you could be? And how much do you talk to your dad about it? Because he was in that spot, a highly touted, future pro who's kind of been in your shoes. How much do you guys talk about kind of shouldering the burden of
how I've really handled it was, I've grown up thinking all the stuff you've accomplished can get taken away from you just like that. So being humble is one of my things I kind of focus on and no one really likes a guy that's cocky about the stuff he's accomplished because if I accomplish something, I still got to go out there and do all these preseason awards. They mean a lot, but I still got to go out there and get those awards. But my dad, I don't really talk to my dad that much about it. I talk to my mom a lot because she's the closest one to us, and she's been with us throughout the whole journey. I've talked to Dad about a lot, like a little bit of things about the NFL and like what goes into it, but it's really just my mom because she's been with us since day one. But like I said, it's just being humble about it. Things can get taken away from you just as quick as you get it. So I just feel like just being there, being like having a head on my shoulders, kind of just help me stay focused.
All right, go ahead, Greg Hunter.
So, Darius, how much do players talk about, hey, we got to avoid social situations because obviously, the ability to spread the virus to you guys is certainly there. And as a senior leader, I don't want to say you, ride over people, but is your encouragement high in terms of, hey, we just can't do things this year?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard being the coaches know it's hard being our age and this stuff happening because, during college you want to experience stuff that's outside of football, but it's all about sacrifice. We're all getting to play football and our sacrifices have got us to this point. And I really just kind of have my guys just tell them to be careful on the weekends. Whenever we have off days, tell them to be careful and make the right decisions because one night isn't worth a whole season getting canceled or a whole afternoon isn't worth a season getting canceled. So I just try to tell my guys, be careful, make the right decisions. I know you're grown, you're going to do whatever you want regardless, but just keep in mind that you're not really affecting you, you're affecting your whole team if something bad goes on. So that's what I try to tell my guys.
All right, we're going to have two more questions from Darius. We'll start out with Matthew. Go ahead, Matthew.
Hey, Darius. I was just wondering, with the game coming up without any fans and, you being a leader, what's it like, trying to keep the excitement up for the first game? It's got to be pretty tough.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough for some people, but at the end of the day, you gotta bring your own juice. Sometimes the fans really the fans do affect the game because people are excited that the fans are there, but it's what really separates you now. You gotta bring your own juice, you gotta bring your own energy, and the people that don't bring their energy, they're gonna get exposed, and the people that do bring their energy are gonna be the ones doing the best. So that's also why like the coaches tell the players all the time, us, that it's like the scrimmages we have, the practice we have, no fans in the stands. So you just gotta just make like this is how it's gonna be, and whether we like it or not, like I said, it's how it's gonna be. So us just keeping our head on straight and just focusing on the guys and like the players in front of us and the opponents in front of us that really worried about the fans. It's hard, but because we like playing in front of fans, obviously 60,000 people screaming your name, it's a good time. But in order to get that eventually in the season, you gotta just sacrifice things we have now. So we just gotta just play football.
All right, Darius, we're actually going to have two more. First one here from Bob Herzl. Go ahead, Bob. Hertz, can you hear us?
Can you hear me, man?
Yep, go ahead. All right, we're going to go ahead and go to Mike.
Hey Darius, couple days ago, maybe more than that, Neil talked about how your backups, maybe Quay or Jordan, could get you out of nose a little bit, maybe bounce you outside, let Dante maybe even move too, kind of keep you guys in the field a little bit more. How different is that? How much are you all working with that, and how much of an impact could that make for you all?
We're working on it a lot. Our D linement's athletic enough to where we can play more in one position at a time. So me getting the reps at 3 tech and then Quay and Jordan getting the reps at 1 tech, it's helping all of us out a lot, because if somebody goes down somewhere, we all know we're not panicking because we all can play the positions. So really it's been effective. We've been getting in the backfield. We've been getting to the quarterback, and it's gonna be a show to see.
All right, Darius, I think you can go ahead and pass it on to TJ there.
Appreciate y'all.